So let's create a couple of custom users for our ACT database or for our synchronizer. The custom user is created using the custom users option in the admin. Just click that and just give it a name. Sales 1 custom. Let's just call it another one. Tools admin sales 2 custom. Okay, we've created a couple of custom users, Chris Group 1, 2, Sales 1 Customs, and Sales 2 Custom. So if you click on Chris Group 1, there's really nothing in this database that is that name. So we just call it Chris Huffman and 1, 2, 3. So we tested it, so we logged in. So now our custom user is ready to be used. Now what we do, we just, like the Chris Huffman, we just match it to a contact folder. But in this case, we're not going to match it to Chris Huffman. We're going to match it to marketing. So we could marketing here, calendar, and tasks. So now that we have matched the contacts, calendar, and tasks to the marketing folder, we really don't want just to duplicate the contacts that Chris Huffman has, but we actually want to put a particular group into those folders. So we click here and we say we want this group to be, and we go down and we just like the Tech 1 seminar. So we're going to give a seminar to people, and those contacts are going to be going to that second set of folders. Essentially, we're logging in as Chris Huffman and we're sending a particular group to an independent set of folders in Outlook. So as a recap, we are sending Chris Huffman, we're synchronizing that with the Chris Huffman set of folders, and then we're sending a Tech 1 seminar, Chris Group 1, which was set up just to synchronize group, and we're sending that to the marketing folders. So now let's just take this concept a little bit a step further. Now we have Sales 1 Custom that we want to set up to do the transfer of our West Coast sales, for example. So we're going to look. So we have a database that's called sales.pad. So let's just look and browse for that. So we click on the browse and we go to the databases, and I think it's up here, it's on this one, and we go to sales. So we managed to log in. Now we need to log in as sales as well, so we tell them who we are into this database. So we succeeded. Now what we're doing, we're accessing an alternative ACT database that we're synchronizing. So these will synchronize with the main database, but our sales will synchronize with a different database. So what we're going to do from our sales database, we're just going to go in here and we just put in California. As far as sales, we're going to go Western Calendar, California, and then California tasks. So what we've done now is mapped an independent database. It used the same interface over to these contacts. So when we synchronize this database, the sales database will synchronize with the California contacts, calendar, and tasks. So we go to the contacts filter. We click on the contacts filter, and then we don't want to bring all the contacts from the sales database over to the Western Region California folder. So we select a group in that database. So we click here, select group, and that will open our alternative database and will show us that, oh, there's a Western group, a dynamic group, California, that we select. So now we've matched the California group that's in that database with the sales Western database. So before we continue, I would like to go and let's look at our groups. The Chris Group 1, which we put in Tech 1 Seminar into the group, we're basically are ready to go. If we click on the Synchronize button, all the enabled users are listed. By just selecting them and just deleting them, we basically now are only synchronizing that one group. So let's just do that and synchronize the whole thing. Just click Process, and all the group has been synchronized. So here we have the contacts that were synchronized with the group. If we open the contact, we'll see that these belong to Tech 1 Seminar, but we also see that all the other groups that the contact is associated with in ACT also come over to Outlook. And Goodall belongs to a lot of these, so if we double click on that, we'll see all these groups come over. And in many instances, we really don't want those groups to come over. We just want that one particular group to actually show up. So we'll show how to do that. So we get back to the 123 synchronizer, and we access the group that we're synchronizing, right? And we enable just to sync primary group name and categories and vice versa. So we only sync that one piece. So what that enables it to do is to just transfer the Tech 1 Seminar into that field. Since we already synced before, now we just want to do a one-way sync and we've done changes on the settings, we have to go into the general settings and do what is called the force override. The force override will then override all the data from ACT over to Outlook. But instead of doing the synchronizer and delete the users from the list we want to sync, we just go to Tools and Processing, and we just process the selected user, which is the user we've been editing. There it comes up, Process Users. Then now it updated all the users in Outlook. So let's just go back to Outlook and then look at the records we just watched. So if I'll double click on Ann Goodall, Tech 1 Seminar now only is the only group in that record. So what we're doing is eliminating clutter as we're putting data into Outlook. To summarize, let's go through just a few of the primary properties of 123 Sync Custom users. They can be created or deleted into the list of the 123 Sync users. They can be used to sync any ACT database to any Outlook Exchange folder. They have an independent set of ACT user settings, so any user settings that you access on 123 Sync, then those are actually available for you. They share the main database settings, therefore any field mapping, any customization that you've made, those are shared with the main database. They support also all the contact filtering mechanism as a main user, so you can sync by group, by contacts with calendar, or all contacts. As well, they provide a centralized and flexible way of synchronizing any ACT database configuration with any Outlook configuration in Exchange or otherwise. It is a very, very powerful solution for this.